Procrastination says, I have every intention to change, but I'll do it tomorrow. One of these days I'll do it. One of my most favorite stories in the Bible is about Israel and how they were delivered out of Egyptian bondage. In it, God describes how that he delivered Israel out of Egyptian bondage. And one of the things that he did was he brought plagues on Pharaoh. Remember the 10 plagues? And one of the plagues was frogs. Now, before the plague, the frogs were in the Nile River. After the plague of frogs, they were everywhere. Can you imagine waking up in the middle of the night covered in frogs? Huh? You know, guys, you're sitting there at the kitchen table getting ready to drink your cup of coffee and frog jumps out. I mean, can you imagine getting ready to eat your cereal? You know, you've poured your cereal, you're getting ready to sit down, eat your cereal, and you scoop into your cereal and you pull out a frog. Frogs everywhere. In Exodus chapter 8, verse 8 through 10, it says this. Then Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron and begged. Now imagine, this is Pharaoh. He's begging. Pharaohs don't beg. This is how severe the plague had become. It was totally destroying their nation, Egypt. And he begged, plead with the Lord to take the frogs away from me and my people. I will let your people go so they can offer sacrifices to the Lord. Look what Moses said. You set the time, Moses replied. In other words, he put it right back in his hands. He says, Pharaoh, when would you like this to happen? When would you like to be rid of the frogs? Tell me when you want me to pray for you, your officials and your people. Then you and your houses will be rid of the frogs. They will remain only in the Nile River. Verse 10, look at what Pharaoh says. Do it tomorrow, Pharaoh said. What? Seriously? He'd rather live with the frogs than make the changes he needed to make for his good. And I think that's exactly what a lot of people do today. They know that there are some changes they need to make in their life, in their lifestyle, some aspect of their life. Might be physical, it might be emotional, it might be relational, might be spiritual changes they need to make. And God has the power to change them and make them a brand new person. And yet, even though we know this and we hear this, we still say, well, maybe I'll just do it tomorrow. And we keep putting off these things. And sometimes we do it because we're lazy. Sometimes we do it because we're afraid. But most often, what I've discovered is that we do it out of pride. I don't need that. I don't have to do that. I know better than God. You don't have to tell me what the Bible says. I live my life my way. And so the message today is this. God can change your life. Through the resurrection of Jesus Christ, He has the power to do that. All you have to do is accept it. The work's been done. Everything's already been accomplished. God just says, I want you to come to me and receive the gift.